Hello everyone, this is Jack from Dr. Prius app. Today we have a 2010 Prius Generation 3 over here. It has a dying battery that needs to be swapped out with the lithium, the latest and greatest lithium from projectlithium.com. This is a tool that you need to get the job done. First, you're gonna need 8, 10, 12, 14 millimeter socket wrench. Personally, I like the power tool much better because you get the job done faster. Second, you're gonna need a voltmeter and a glove, a pair of gloves, because you're gonna do some heavy lifting as well as some high voltage stuff that you don't want to touch. And at last, there is an optional pry tool that you need to get all the plastic clip out of the car. All right, let's get the job started. So first thing to do is taking out the carpet and the panel from the car. Now you will see a service plug and 12-volt battery here. That's the second step. You're going to unplug the service plug as well as the 12-volt battery. You're going to need the notch at the end of the service plug to unlock the security clip. Now let's remove the seat. There are 4 40 millimeter bolts secure the seat in place. On both sides. Now remove the panel. This panel is held on by one 10 millimeter bolt and a lot of clips, so there's some force required to take it out. Here we go. $10 millimeter. Clip the 3 connectors. Before you disconnect the cable, it's always advised to check on the battery, make sure there is no power. In this case, 0. That means the contactor has disabled, has disengaged, so there's no voltage from the battery to the cable itself, so you are safe to touch it. Now remove the battery from the frame. This is 12 millimeter. 2 on this side. And another 4 from this side. And there's one that's hidden inside. You might want an extension in order to get it out. There are a couple of clips holding the cable in place, so take your time, slowly pry it out. All right. Another one at the bottom here. Now the battery is ready to be moved out. Please be aware this is going to be heavy, around 70 to 80 pounds. So it's a good idea to have your friend helping you out. If not, just take your time. Move the battery throughout the end of the car slowly, and then remove it from the car to a stable table over there. And to the other side. For Gen 3 battery, there are brackets at the bottom of the pack, so you will have to flip it and take it out. And one bolt at the top. There are small 10mm bolts holding the blades, every single blade, to the frame. So you will have to flip it again. And take them out one by one. And to the other side. Now let's take all the copper bus bar off the battery. And on both sides. Before removing all the blades out of the cradle, it's a good idea to check the temperature first. Right now it's 77 Fahrenheit, so nice and cool. It's ready. Take out all the temperature sensors. Carefully. And 12 millimeters. Before we remove every single blade from the cradle, pay attention to the service block here. It is connecting to two blades. And when you take it out, you will have to put the spatial blade back in the same place. The spatial blade is the blade that has terminal on both sides. All right. To remind you that it is at this place, take a small piece of tape and just mark it. Now you can continue to remove all the blades. Before you put the lithium into the cradle here, inspect all the copper bus bar. You will see in this case, 200,000 miles leave a lot of the corrosion on the terminal. This is from the KOH chemical from the nickel metal hydride battery. So you are going to remove it by soaking into vinegar to remove the corrosion. spacer blade right on top of the tape. So you don't need the other half of the bus bar, since all the terminals are internal connected within the blade for the lithium. So put that into a storage somewhere. Never over tighten the bolts. Hand tight is good enough. And don't forget the other side. The service plug need to be connected to the spacer blade as well. Once again, don't over tighten it. Connecting the temperature sensors. Now let's secure all the blades with the 10mm small bolts. The battery pack is very light right now. Now, before you move this battery back in the car, let's put the bracket back on. Let's install the battery back into the car. At this time, the battery is very lightweight. It's probably half the weight, so you shouldn't have any problem lifting now. Line out all the holes. Here we go. Once you move the battery back into the car, connect all the connectors, and as well as the 12-volt battery and the service plug. Then run the test before you put everything back into the car. Let me show you. The service plug in 90-degree and clip. Connect the 12-volt battery. Now everything's connected. Do a double check and triple check. See, the service plug is connected, 12-volt batteries in there, and as well as the main connector is connected. And I think we are ready to fire out the car and make sure there's no error code before we put all the accessory back into the car. I'm also using Dr. Prius app to check the status. Everything looking good. And we test the car. Now it's just a matter of putting everything back together in reverse order. What you want to do is unplug the service plug again. All right, and now let's install everything back. We have the battery bolt on now. Now let's put the service plug back in for the last time, and then put all the tray, the carpet, and all the accessory back into the trunk. Again, 90-degree push. Now everything back in the car. You can see we have some leftover from the project. First you will see the bus bar, the plastic cover, as well as the rubber vent tube, and some of the small 10mm bolts from the other side of the bus bar. Those are no longer needed. Yes, just store them safely for future use. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, as well as check out our website at projectlithium.com.